Oh, hi guys. How is the video looking to you? For some reason I get a message that the resolution isn't optimal. Let me check it. Strange. Hi guys, I'm back. For some reason, as soon as I came back from London, the former rather cool climate jumped back to hot and sweaty over here. Yo-Yo, oh yes, that's true. I haven't seen you in one for a while. Okay, let's... It seems to work now. I will quickly share on social media. That paleo stream has returned. Oh. And yep, London, and besides usual drawings, I might talk a little bit about what I have seen there, specifically dinosaurs in the wild. At least for those who will not make it there, that could be interesting. I don't know. I think it's still undecided what will happen with dinosaurs in the wild after the summer. So, we will see. Maybe I will actually show you guys a little bit what I did for dinosaurs in the wild. I'm a little bit rusty right now in my hands and my brain. Old Yoshi feels old. Maybe because I'm now 26. Ugh. Oh, hi Julian. Welcome to the stream. I'm professional. We will probably have no specific topic today. I feel too tired for something specific. Oh yes, and better don't forget to tag everyone on Discord. so nobody can blame me that I didn't tell them. Yes, of course, as always, please post your ideas in the chat, and if you want to draw as well, you are welcome to join and post your results into the work in progress folder. Drew, many raptorans snout scaled, not, and why? I think I would put little scales on them. It seems reasonable. I think so far we have no evidence that they lost this integument, and it's definitely protective for the underlying skin, and I think especially in predators beneficial. Oh, small Mesozoic mammals. That's indeed a nice idea, especially because I did recently a whole series of multituberculates. Oh yeah, let me have a look at the folder. Oh yeah. Ooh, let me share this. Oh, it's dark. Yes, that looks pretty nice. This looks awesome, Julian. That's very, very nice texture you put on there. I usually don't have the patience to do so many scales. I rather suggest them. That's all. Yep. Oh, wait a minute. Viter Pristisaurus. Who? Oh wait, I totally forgot my smartphone. What do is this one? Wait. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I actually have it besides me. Totally forgot that it's already here. Google, help me. Pop. Let's see. Viteropristisaurus. Ooh, that looks like a carcharodontosaur. From the Kimmerich Tendaguru. I guess very fragmentary known. Oh yeah, just caudal vertebrates. Nah, I don't like working with so little material. Giraffe Titan, we already did that. Maybe not males doing that kind of stuff, but we did definitely had that. Volaticoserium. Yeah, we can do that. I like that. Biological, why are you hyped? There's nothing to hype about. Interesting about Volaticoserium is that there is a recent paper that describes 2 gliding mammals from China, and when they also looked at Volaticoserium, and it turned out that it's actually a bad glider, probably not very well adapted for this type of locomotion. I know there is someone who is working on a paper where he argues that Volaticoserium actually had bat-like wings, and I'm not so very sure about that, because for me it seems far-fetched. I saw some of the arguments, but unless we have some fossils that show this type of wings for Volaticoserium or related taxa, I'm definitely not sold on that idea. It would be of course cool if another group of mammals developed flight besides bats, but yeah. Oh, hi Juan, welcome to the stream. Dirty Shinehorn, well that's a little bit the reason for these streams, to not only that I draw and have fun to show you how I do it, but also to educate a little bit about what I draw. If possible, oftentimes you guys suggest stuff I don't even know about, but that's why it's also interesting for me. Utaceratops. Well, we will do Volaticoserium. I'm in a mammal mood right now. If I can find a suitable reference. Oh, here's one. Oh yes, that's something to work with. Interesting. Wait, that skeleton looks interesting. That looks very strange. As usual, most skeletal related stuff comes from David Peters, so usually no reliable source. Oh really? Volaticoserium has maybe one of the strangest early mammal skulls I have ever seen. I never noticed that. Oh, usually we Jurassic Terror, you are right. Let's begin. Usually we focus in the reconstructions of Volaticoserium on its ability to glide and stuff like that. You know, the unusual aspect about this animal that everybody knows about. But actually, when you look at the skull, especially at the chin and how this all works together, it looks like a little bit like a miniature gorgonopsid. I never noticed that. And GIMP is lagging. First sketch and it's already laggy. I can't believe it. Please kill me. Neotamandua borealis. Yeah, I think at some point we need to do some anteaters and xenotrons overall. Could be nice. Because there are a lot of interesting anteaters slots. And what's the circle? Not pangolins. God, what was the English name for these guys? Can't remember. Glyptodons and relatives, you know. Why is GIMP acting like that? I think I have to restart GIMP. You put it in reference chat. Yeah, that's what I have also seen, Julian. And someone here on Wikipedia apparently built out of these photos a skeleton. And I think I will just do a portrait this time of this guy, because I think the skull is unusual enough that some attention to it are justified. Are you working now? Please. Come. Maybe it just has to warm up. I hope so. I hope it's better now. It has to warm up just like me. Armadillos, that was it. The third group of xenotrons. Oh, I'm still in Discord. I'm sorry. Yes, the usual problems. Good thing that I haven't started anything yet. Let me have again a quick look at this girl. Yes. Forward-facing teeth, well depicted with closed mouth. roughly like that. I think you get now why I think it's so strange. It's really very weird creature. This now reminds me more of a pterocephalian than an actual mammal. Let me quickly look at something. Okay. Okay. Oops, on the stream. Yo-yo, I will have a look at these pterosaurs when I finish the sketch, I think. Let's tidy up the lines a little bit. It's a pretty long skull, I must say. I think I have to make the eye a little bit smaller to be reasonably sized. ear. It's often very hard to get good references of these small mammals, even in such a prominent case like Volaticotherium. It can be rather tricky. For example, there's, I think, just one paper describing the myology of multituberculates. That's not much compared to the hundreds of papers we have about dinosaur muscles. It's strange, it looks nothing like a small mammal, like you would expect from these small guys. Absurd head for sure, not only that it has gliding membranes. Although probably I make probably lots of mistakes here. As you know, I'm no mammal expert. And people like Velizar or Mauricio Anton will probably point out quite a few basic mistakes I just did. I just made. Drake, it's, well, yeah. This is just one way to draw mammalian ears. There are quite a few different forms. This is mostly based on my memory of rodent ears. But they can look different for sure. And especially bats have extremely complex structures. That shouldn't be as underestimated. And I'm amazed again by how complex ears of mammals can be. So you can surely draw them like this, but I always recommend to look at some more possible mammal ears before doing this way. I'm just working now from memory, so even in this red ear could be some mistakes I did. Besides, it always gives you, at least from my experience, more satisfaction to do own research, to find out stuff on your own than just take stuff for granted or copy from others. I think that's one of the basic ingredients, you might say, characters of paleo art, that we have a basic curiosity about this stuff, so that we try to learn about it ourselves and not just work from what we are told. Or what we believe we know, or work from the stuff of others, like so many illustrators do when they illustrate dinosaur books for kids, where you see all these pictures you have seen countless times because they are copied so often. And of course, because when nobody tells them to do differently, you will see no improvement. Ah, more cat-like. Yeah, I'm curious how yours will look like, Julian. It's a nice thing about mammals, because they have so much extensive facial soft tissue. Reconstructions can vary a lot. Or let's say yeah, it's I think it follows the same rules as with reptiles, but different rules, and they are more complex how they apply, which makes it more difficult. By the way, I hope everybody already pre-ordered the Paleo Artist's Handbook from Mark Whitten, which was just announced and can be now pre-ordered on Amazon. I sure did. And I hope you guys saw the talk by Darren Naish about the work of Brian J. Ford. And maybe you also saw the talk of Brian, which made me lose a good part of my brain, probably. Because it hurts enormously to listen to this guy who thinks that he has a definite answer to dinosaur biology. And the answer is always aquatic. I just saw a few snippets of it, and he gets extremely salty for no reason about everything. Just like he totally, yeah, he talked at some point about the Ibrahim and Sereno Spinosaur reconstruction, and he said, look at this is so stupid. And then he showed his reconstruction, and this is, and he's like, oh, and this is so much better because the legs are longer, and you know, and I don't have fossil evidence for this, but just look at this one. This looks so stupid. It can't be true. And ah, yes, good stuff. Good stuff. Yes, buy the handbook. I should also, but as you might know, I'm a little bit torn when it comes to this handbook, because I'm not sure there should be actually a handbook about paleo art. Because I'm at this point where I think that our knowledge about deep time changes so rapidly that a book can probably not keep up. And although it's about paleo art, not paleontology, I fear that because it's probably mostly read by laymen and artists, not scientists who learned to use critical thinking, that it will be used to establish a new dogma. Although I know that Mark has no intentions in doing that. But I think Tracer Explainer is a good example how it can go wrong when you make it not 100% clear every few seconds that what you tell these guys is not definite truth and not the last word in a specific subject. That's something that so many people constantly forget. Yeah, let's give this color. Please guys, let me know what we should use as a pattern for this little guy. I'm not so sure about the nose here, because osteology tells me that these guys probably had something that looked not very much like a modern mammal nose. Let me have a look at... Ah, I see. Julian, you posted some stuff. Yeah, that looks interesting. Nice. Ah, I see. Yeah, You did said what I never do. You actually use the skull drawing that is out there as a layer. I just do this by hand. I must say I like yours more than mine. Nice, 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 nice. Also interesting here the skull by Crow. It looks really bizarre. I don't know what to say about it otherwise. Banded palm cuvette. Ooh. Oh, I have to look at something. Yeah. Oh yeah, I should probably make the lower jaw a little bit more pronounced, like Julian did. Yeah, more like that is better. It's hard without good reference. As usual, I'm still in Discord. How unfortunate. Oh, but Yo-Yo also made a fluffy boy. It's a nice fluffy boy, I must say. Okay. Bandit. Palm cute. See, ooh. These are cute boys. And I think they will fit this purpose. Let's see, do we have nice lateral pictures that could be used? Yeah. Huh. Yep, good enough. I will make the background much darker and will redraw these hairs later. color on the cheeks. I'm sorry, I'm so quiet again. good enough for me for now. Let's save it. Yes, we have done Uteraptor in our second stream actually. Welcome to the stream, Zomba, by the way. Simosuchus or Armadillosuchus next. Yeah, I think I would like to do an Armadillosuchus. That's a good idea, I think. But in case you want to see a little bit of what I did for Dinosaurs in the Wild, I may be able to show it to you actually on stream. Armadillosuchus. One of these weird South American crocodilomorphs. Let's see, is there a good a good picture of the remains we have? There's of course this one skeletal mound. But getting a good idea of the overall animal is rather hard, I think, without some distortions caused by perspective. Should be doable, I think. Okay. I will show you what I did for Dinosaurs in the Wild, but only that the stuff that has been published already. There is some stuff that isn't out there yet. And let's share some of the work in progress stuff. Very nice, Julian. Very nice. Ah. Cute boy. Looks a little bit like a snow leopard. No. Oops. Needs some time. Yeah, so the coloring is also interesting. Oh, Dino Birdman. Cool. Nice. Bloop. Okay, let me... yes, now it should be it. No. Ah, because that's, yeah, forgot about that. Yep, here we have everything I did for a timeline you can see in Dinosaurs in the Wild. Portraits of animals that represent, I wouldn't say important steps in evolution, but memorable steps in evolution. Like this Ambulocetus. And of course Archaeopteryx has to be in there too. I'm not very happy how the wings turned out, I must say. But overall I like it. Cooksonia, of course, is in there. Chordaitis. Darwinius, small primate from Messel. Eichstättisaurus, a basal lizard from Solnhofen, is in there as well. I would have included that that new oldest squamate that was recently published, but that was months before that. Eoraptor as a representative of the earliest dinosaurs. Hycoichthys, primitive fish. You might say Homo erectus, one of the few human drawings I'm relatively satisfied with. Hylonomus as a representative of early tetrapods. And here a speculative, very early insect. We have of this animal, I can't remember the name of the species, but we have only parts of the mouse, actually, of this guy. A jellyfish based on fossils from Canada. And here I worked a little bit with layers. Of course, Magnolia as a early flowering plant. I could have, of course, used stuff like Archaeofructus, but Archaeofructus is very, yeah, when you don't know what to look for, you wouldn't recognize it as a flowering plant, and because this should also be recognizable for kids and stuff, we choose a Magnolia. Mater piscis, that was something that I did weeks later after I was already finished, but then the Tim Haynes came back to me and said, oh well, that one piece you did that fits not quite well in there for an early fish, so I did this this early placoderm. And yeah, that's a interesting story about this one. It's a bat, a primitive bat. I think it's known from Messel too, like Darwinius. And this is the original version I did. But then I actually read on Wikipedia, and I totally overlooked that there's a study done on this guy, Paleochiropteryx that revealed the color of this animal, and unusually to most other bats we know today, it's known from reddish brown instead of this very dark brown, nearly black. So it looked probably more like this, and I digitally enhanced my original to fit the data later. Yeah, Picaya, of course. Preondactylus, Earl as an early pterosaur. Pteraspis. Yeah, that was the first I did for the early fish portrait, but that didn't fit that well. Cynoconodon, very early mammal. Tiktaalik, of course, needs to be in there. Pretty satisfied with this one. Xenacanthus for early sharks. And here are they all together again. That's something I did for myself. And when you keep your eyes peeled when you are in Dinosaurs in the Wild, you will see it in there. And I actually have another picture I can show you. It's in here. This one. It shows Europe during the Maastrichtium underwater. You were able to find this already in Manchester when it was exhibited there, Dinosaurs in the Wild, and now in London. And it's because, of course, Hell Creek is a North American formation. They wanted to have something in the exhibit to show people how it looked back home during that time. And as you know, Europe was basically archipelago with more underwater than overwater. So we have here a dead elasmosaur, different types of sharks, large mosasaurs, in this case mosasaurus itself, Prognathodon. Here these pachycornate sawfishes in the background, a large turtle, of course ammonites, coral reefs, and so on and so on. Oh, and a small ray even here. Yep. Oh, John, yeah, the connection can be tricky. Yeah, it's a little bit like in Inception when I open the show desktop in OBS. We are drawing next Armadillosuchus, a crocodile from South America that had an armadillo-like armor. Yeah. Yeah, Julian, I posted some photos on Twitter as well, where you see the stuff in the exhibition. I always call it exhibition, but there's actually no real word that describes it. I think they describe themselves as an experience, and it totally is one. I enjoyed it very much. But but I'm not sure that experience is the right word to use here. Let's see. Because of its heavy armor, I would think that Armadillosuchus wasn't a fast animal. But then look at the limbs. I would also say that it wasn't very much equipped for digging. Because they are razor slender, especially the humerus that is important for muscles that are used during digging is normal looking. Nothing special. Question is how these animals lived. The teeth are definitely that of a carnivore, but they're conical. The snout is razor heavy built. Tricky. Oh, biological, yep. Enjoy the water. Oh well, I will just start and we see where it takes us. This guy was heavily armored, as you can see. This is just the armor I'm sketching right now, with a lot of small nuchal plates. I think I will portray it sleeping. It seems something that hasn't been done so far. Nah. I will do that again. Oh, lag. The lag is killing me. No. I try to zoom in a little bit more. God, I hate these new Google settings. Can't stand it. There's a bone structure here, is very hard to see. Oh no. Oh. Whenever you do crocodilian hands, remember that only 3 toes actually have claws, unlike the skeletal mount you find online of this guy, which is a little bit misleading. I'm not convinced. I think we will only do 2 sketches for tonight. I'm very tired still and don't feel very productive. worry, it will get a little bit more structure, texture. I forgot on top of here are not small, regular shaped plates, but these rectangular interlocking ones. Ah, yeah, if I had the time, I would give it the proper pattern it deserves, but... Spiral Dragon Productions, yes, it is Armadillo Circus. It's strange, you know. We'll give it for now theropod like lips. And as you might have guessed already, I will make it an evening piece, very dark one. Or maybe. Yeah, it works better this way. Yep. I think you can guess what I'm about to do here. forget the skull again from. Yeah, here could be a little bit more light. As well as here. It looks interesting, I would say. Really not how I expected it to be. Remember correctly, this guy is known from an arid habitat, so I imagined resting here on a sand dune. Yeah, I think I'm finished. maybe a little bit more on the contrast. Yeah. Yep. Let's save it. Sucos. Okay, and yeah, that's already the stream for you guys. I don't have the energy in the moment to do much more. I need to come back into streaming and come out of jet lag or whatever it is in the moment that keeps me sleepy. Okay guys, hope you liked these 2 sketches, and yeah, maybe see you tomorrow. Good night everyone.